I'm gonna have to be naked in front of 4 million people. What? Hey guys, we just filmed for Tosh.0 and you're gonna see it when it comes out. And they had the windows wide open. If someone sees my butt, I don't really care. So I took off all my clothes. And you guys are gonna tell me when, right? Like a weekend beforehand. So I'm gonna let you guys know. But we had a great time, didn't we? Yeah! So traveling here was a whole drama. Well, I'm not gonna tell you all the secrets. You'll have to find out by tuning in. And he just walks here and here's his ding dong right here. I'm like, hi. It's just like spread open. He had opened his robe, but yeah, we had a good time. Goodbye. He's camera shy for my show. Hey little sloths, what's going on? It's Nikocado, Avocado, the Noodle King. Follow my Instagram at Nikocado Avocado, and if you do, I might just follow you back. And speaking of noodles, today we are gonna feast on some Jollibee noodles, aka spaghetti. I call them noodles, but also Jollibee is a Filipino restaurant, fast food. You can get it here in America. You can get it all over the world, but not that many places. I'm here in Los Angeles. You guys know I was just on a TV show. And so you guys know the whole story. I'm gonna continue with the story. I left off with the first part. If you wanna see the first part to Tosh.0, make sure you click the link at the top of the description box. It'll take you to the first part of what happened, you know, behind the scenes of everything and all the drama that happened. And now this is the second part of the drama of what happened with Tosh.0 and the crew and everything in my experience. And yeah, so Jollibee is known for chicken, all right? Chicken and spaghetti. So this is still fresh from the restaurant. By the way, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I'm here every day. So I got the crunchy chicken fingers. They call them chicken slider. I forget. It's not, you know, for us it's chicken tenders, chicken fingers. There they call them something different. Chicken dippers. Okay, this, I just wanted to try the brand. It's advertised as new, even though I've had it before. They maybe changed their formula, which it still better be good. This is the spicy chicken. Spicy chicken. And I just got regular dark meat, so that's like a chunk of something. And Jollibee serves gravy with all your chicken. Oh, it's so good. I should have gotten the mashed potatoes. I love that. I forgot. And I got another round of spaghetti with 2 pieces of chicken. And these are just regular. Oh, no, one's spicy and one is not. Oh, I didn't specify for the other order. Oh, wait, yeah, because they're chicken tenders. Never mind. Okay, so anyways, grab some food. I got all my gravy over here stacked up. And we have a lot to talk about. We gotta be feasting. And my napkins here. Oh, and look. Hashtag fraud. So we're gonna put that there too. Ta-da! Isn't this pretty or is it not? I don't even know. I'm starving. So as you can see, I already mixed up the spaghetti. So if you watched the first, you might have to watch the first video to know where I am in the story. By the way, this is pink lemonade. Sugary. So good. Okay. You're gonna have to watch the other video to know where I am in the story. But then again, no. I'll make it so that it can be, you know, like part 2 sequels to videos. You don't really have to know what happened in the first one. I'll make it like that. Okay, so I was invited to be a guest on Tosh.0 on Comedy Central, and it airs soon. Very salty, wow. Chicken fingers. So traveling here was a whole drama. The night beforehand was a whole drama. So now, it's time to start shooting. Or not like bam, bam, bam. I mean like, hey, 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 lights, camera, action. So, the PA, the personal assistant that was working with me, picked me up at 6:25 in the lobby of the hotel. We drove to the studio. I get there and I meet some of the producers, one of whom had been talking to me, not like talking like, hey, we're a couple, let's talk, no, like, not flirt. Oh God, no. It made me think of, I had this one friend in church. She would be like, hey, at noon, let's hook up. She was an older woman. She didn't realize that hook up means like, you know, have sex or make out, or usually involved going into other people. Hooking up, a hook. Oop. They're locking. And I'm not, I mean, not prejudiced or anything, but I don't like She was like 70, I think, or 60. No, not my thing. And she'd always be like, hey, let's hook up. I'd be like, no. I told my mom, like, how do I say that to her? That's not what it means. She's like, Nick, just let it go. She's old. So when I say we're talking, to my young little sloths, you think talking means we're like flirting. No, talking means like we were in communication. And I finally got to meet him. And it was so weird. Like when you hear people's voice on the phone and you read their emails, we did a lot of talking over the phone. You imagine someone completely different. Completely different. And I Googled his name too, because he's a big producer. And I couldn't find any relevant photos. So, isn't that strange? But then again, they're not actors and they're not directors. Producers are just as important. They're the ones that are like helping get the money. Producer, you're producing it, you're making it happen. But like I worked with a really cool producer. I'm going into so many stories, but he was the former CEO of AOL, or one of them. No, the vice president, not the CEO, the vice president or the president. One of the something up there in AOL. And he was like, you know, rich and famous, and he did this, he had lots of projects, everyone liked him, and you Google his name, you don't see any photos. This is a spicy one. Ooh. Oh, that's spicy. Oh my god. Yeah, this might be a thumbnail worthy, eating this. Oh god, babes. So I met the producer. He looked very different than what I imagined. Feels nice. And then I met a director, and then a co-director, and then another director, and another director, and another producer. And then they brought me, the first thing I did, I got a little tour of the place. And guys, I wanted to film the set so badly. It was so cool, like, ooh, it's exciting. Lights, cameras, green screens, backdrops, props. Lots of buttons and monitors and screens and, ooh. Hollywood. It was so cool. Like I really, and they were like, no. That was the first thing I asked actually. I was like, hey, I'm a vlogger for, well, they obviously know who I am, but do you know who I is? Obviously. They invited me. So I was just like, hey, can I film for my channel? And they were like, sorry, just, you can film your, they basically put me in a conference room to change. The wardrobe came in there. So that's where you see the footage. Oh. Cheese, egg, and veggies. And it blows makeup. Oh.
A little light with that, okay?
Okay.
So again, you're gonna close your eyes. Yep, perfect. And how's that feel?
Like air.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna work on that eye like I told you. Couldn't be better. Awesome. Turn your head towards me a little. Nice. You're a pro already. Okay, you can open.
First time getting, oh, you call that airbrush?
Airbrushing.
Airbrushing.
Yep.
Airbrushed. So I finished the paperwork, and now I just wait for him to get here, and then we start. So we are done. It was like so long but so fast at the same time. You know when you do something that was just like, it was so. So anyways, then the first thing I did after getting a little tour of the place, it's not that big. Just the place that I saw. They have a whole another building attached to it full of offices, the people doing the marketing and this and that. Daniel's, excuse me, his studio is in that other building, so. They sat me down at a table and they're like, you need to fill out all this paperwork. It was tons of paperwork. Let's try this chicken. Ooh, Good. I love Jollibee. It's even better when it first comes out of the cooker at the restaurant. It has more of a crunch. I mean, they're still crunchy, but... They give you a lot of gravy. I have them all displayed so pretty, but that's a lot. So I'm going through the paperwork. I had to sign off as a vendor. I had to sign off as a freelancer. I had to sign for AFTRA, the Actors the Corporation Union. I don't know, something for actors. I had to sign off a release form for them to have access to my YouTube videos. I basically signed a paper that gave them 120 seconds of anything from my channel to be used only in this episode. No. I'm not supposed to tell you real numbers. Actually, I signed off lots of disclosures. You can't say this, you can't say this, you can't talk badly about the company, you can't say how much you made. So I can say hundreds or thousands, and that's literally an infinite number. Oops. That was a bone. Let's try this middle chicken. So after getting through all the paperwork, then the makeup artist comes, and she's so awesome. Here's the thing, I connect really well with women. Even though I know there's a lot of guys out there that watch me, especially nowadays. That was one of my questions during the interview. They were like, what's your demographic or something? I was like, when I started out, it was like 99.99% girls. And you know, when I'm gay and I'm more feminine, and girls relate to gay guys a lot. I'm softer demeanor. I like to talk. Girls, you know, women run their mouths, let's be honest. Blah, blah, blah. But there's this one song that I love. It makes me think of my mom. Oh, it's this rapper dude. He's driving his car, and his wife or girlfriend or his boo or whoever is in the passenger seat, kind of just talking about this and asking questions. And the song goes like this: asking questions, she always asking them questions, she always asking them questions, asking questions, she always asking. Like, women run their mouths, they have a lot, they just talk too much. I am just like that. And I'm not trying to stereotype. If you're a woman and you keep your mouth shut, well, good. I mean, you do you. I'm just saying, like, women tend to ask questions way more than guys. They tend to, like, want more details. They tend to, like, and they just always have something to say. So that's why women relate to me, because I'm the same way. But it's changed as into my second year of mukbanging. So yes, I loved her. I really connected with this makeup artist. She was so nice. Excuse me, shout out to you. I'm not gonna say your name because it has to be private, but if you're watching, you're probably not, but. I loved all the guys that I met. They're all so nice, but I don't know. It's weird. Me and straight guys, I'm assuming, well, you can tell, usually. Even if they're California straight, which is like night and day compared to Alabama straight. I mean, like, you look at David Dobrik and like holding hands with other guys, like pretending to putting on makeup. It's just different vibe here. Like, guys dress up like girls for fun, and no one's like gay, no homo, blah blah blah. You know, you get that in like other parts of the country, but California is very different. But still, like. Or maybe they were just really reserved because they were, you know, on work. I don't know. They're not going to be like yippee yappy with talking to with me. It was just whatever. They were nice, but I don't connect. I don't really feel like I connect with them as much as women or other gay guys. Or it does take a certain. Actually, the producer guy I really enjoyed talking to him. He was really, you know, open about. I don't know, just. You know, guys tend to put up a guard when they talk too. Now this is like had nothing to do with Tosh.0, so I'm so sorry. Yeah, he was cool. One of my best friends in high school was straight. Yeah, he was, well, not best friends, a good friend. I didn't have many friends, but we were in a band together. Well, two of them. Chris and Evan, they were nice to me. They were both straight, but they were like California straight. Like they didn't care I was gay. They were. I shouldn't say that. Is that stereotyping? But no, it is. California's always known for liberal stuff. They, gay marriage was a thing here before other places, wasn't it? Yeah. Smoking weed was more accepted. Diversity was just more. It's different. The arts are thriving in California, and just like New York City. And with the arts comes lots of gay guys, so it's just like you get used to it. So, anyways, that is thick. I should have only got one spaghetti. So I love the makeup artist, and then another gay guy came in to do more paperwork for me, to sign off on this, sign off on this, and thank God they were so diligent, so thorough, and like explaining to me, because I'm like, what does this mean? Just tell me straight up, like black and white, for stupid people like me. What does this mean, please? Because the lawyer talk is so, it's just These are good. I only got 2. That is good. I love Jollibee. More than, well, actually I want to do that while I'm here. I'm only staying here a couple more days. I was really going to fly out the same day, but it was just too much for me. I want to do a video, KFC versus Jollibee. Oops, shh, don't give my secrets away. No, it's because that's such an innovative thing. Okay, so, after all that, then wardrobe comes in. And it's this little blonde girl, she's really nice. She looks like so many of, when you meet people, you're like, you remind me of like half the people I've met in my life. Like there's pieces of you. Your eyes remind me of Rachel. Your hair reminds me of Sarah. Your voice, I'm from Cali, reminds me of Ashley. Like you just pieces of, the pieces of you remind you of so many different people. You pull in from other people. And so I saw this girl, I'm like, you could be Rochelle, you could be like people that I know in my life. I'm like, it's just so funny. She was really nice, and she was just like, so, and she held up these whitey tighty underwear, and she's like, you're gonna be wearing these. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to be basically naked. I'm gonna have to be naked in front of 4 million people? What? Wardrobe, this is not acceptable. But in my head, this is what I'm saying. I was just like, okay. I mean, you just say, okay, this is an opportunity for me. I'm not gonna say no. Did I drink this? So the thing was, by the way, I don't know if it's just them or if it's, I actually think it's just, not Hollywood as a whole, but just like the whole movie film thing as a whole. It was that way. I did musical theater. I worked off Broadway. I have friends that worked on Broadway. I did lots of like, musical theater stuff. I did festivals. I was really heavily involved with musical theater. And theater is kind of like the movie and filming. It's organized chaos. No one knows what the heck they're doing till the moment that they're doing it. It seems to be that way because there's always things changing and schedules, different people, and it was just really, really organized chaos. So, yeah. I just ate all of the skin. Wow. I can, what? You don't like spaghetti though, do you? So, I have a friend over there. So she's like, you're gonna be wearing underwear for this. And I'm just like, and then she brings out this other thing. I forget what they call it, ballerinas use it. People that basically have to wear underwear for like a movie set, but they don't want like their dick to show or something. So they wear this thing that matches the color of your skin underneath it. So she gave me that as well. She's like, what size are you? And I was like, I don't know what my, she's like, yeah, I never got your measurements. See what I mean? Like they didn't know my measurements until the day I arrived. They didn't know, and I didn't even know what hotel I was staying at until literally 10 hours before I got on that plane. Like, so yes, she's like, what size? I said, I don't know my waist. And she goes, and I was like, I'm a large guy. She goes, okay, well, just try these on. And then she's like, I'll just stand right over here and I'll close the door. I'm like, wait, I'm changing in the conference room, and they had the windows wide open, and I'm thinking maybe they're tinted, because wouldn't she, I just didn't know. I didn't ask any questions. Luckily, I'm not that big of a shy of a guy. If someone sees my butt, I don't really care. So I took off all my clothes and I changed into the underwear. Well, first I put on that skin thing, then I put on the underwear, and then I put on the robe. So the idea, you're saying like, why are they having you dress up for this? So the idea was that me and Daniel were meeting at the Hampton Bay Suites, whatever, for the all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet. So we were gonna be in our like sleepwear, our underwear and our robes, and meeting, and then eating the mukbang at the buffet table. So that was their idea, which, by the way, they came up with like a day before I got there. I don't know. I think it's really funny that it's organized chaos. It's like no one knows what the heck they're doing. And I told this to the makeup artist, because remember I said I clicked with her, and she was doing my airbrushing, and I was just like, everything is just like, you never know. And she's like, honey, tell me about it. I've been in this business for 20 years. She's like, I never really solidify my ideas or my vision for someone for a project I'm signed to, just because I know it's gonna change, and it always changes. So it was like that with musical theater when I worked in New York. So I think it's the norm. It's not like Tosh.0 people are, you know, crazy or sloppy or lazy. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying no one knows what they're doing. So she's like, yeah, can you have an open robe? And I was thinking, oh my God, like, I don't want people looking at my belly. I have these stretch marks now because I gained like 50 pounds from this. I'm like, I don't want people looking at that. And here's the thing too, it's supposed to be like appetizing. Like I'm supposed to be like, that's the idea of mukbang. You don't want to disgust people. They're not gonna watch you. You want to be like, this is good. So I'm like, why do they want to see my stretch marks and my rolls? And I grow hair on my chest, right? I'm European, so I ended up shaving it in the bathroom. Luckily, I had my shaver with me. Imagine if I didn't. Like on the direction sheet, they were just like, which they supplied to me like 2 days beforehand, before leaving, getting on the plane. Have your social security card. I was like, what the? Thank God I had it with me. But what if it was somewhere else in the world? What if it was at my parents? I mean, I'm young. I still would go in and out of my parents. Like, until you're like 25, 30, your parents are your second home. You still have like a room. You know, you have like your closet with your shit that, you know, and they also probably have your birth certificate or at least other important papers, because they hold on to it. That's their job as parents. They hold on to it until you're like 30 and really on your own. And I'm definitely not that way yet. I mean, I am on my own, but they have like a lot of my adoption papers. And so I was just like, what if I didn't have it? Then I wouldn't get paid? I don't know. I was like, what? So anyway, she took a bunch of photos of me. I went up against the wall and she took photos and she sent them to their design manager, or wardrobe props manager, I think it was called. Design team, and they just looked at it. They, you know, examined it and said yes or no. They basically said, oh no, but now we want you to have the robe closed, and then I was gonna wear pajama pants, and then they thought, oh no, we should have your legs showing. And again, I'm like thinking in my head, this is not gonna make people say, I want to go check out his channel. Like, ew, I mean, if I had like a rockin' hot body, I would be all over that. Like, yeah, show them the leg, show them the ass. Yes, give me my views, yes. But I don't, okay? My thing is about the food, it's not about my body. So I was a little upset by that. I mean, I was just like, oh, fuck. But I went along with it, and they were supposed to film us like going down the buffet to get the food, showing the outfit. Well, they ended up literally, as we were there, maybe they saw my body and they were like, yeah, let's not do that. Because Daniel's so skinny. Oh my God, he's like this. He's literally like a chicken bone. I could snap him. He is so skinny. And he, me next to him, I probably looked like a ball. They're like, who let Humpty Dumpty in? So here I am. And then, so they literally on set were standing there. I have my marks, and they're like, basically organizing the lights so there's no shadows. And during that time, they're like, yeah, we're just gonna cut to you sitting down and eating. I'm like, okay, good. So, but yeah, I did end up shaving my chest, and I had these little bumps because it was last minute shaving. I had shaving cream. I got irritated, and I love the makeup artist. She's like, oh, don't worry, honey, I'll touch it up. So she airbrushed my chest. Oh my god. So anyways, and then I ended up sitting around for like an hour as people were building the set. And I asked the producer, I was like, is it actually cheaper to build the set for each of your scenes rather than, you know, rent out locations? And he's like, oh yeah, way cheaper. So yeah, they were literally building the set, and they were bringing in the food. Oh, and they served me they had like a regular buffet, not just for my thing, but just for all the crew. They had a buffet of like breakfast burritos, fruit. I got a veggie one because I knew I was supposed to stuff my face, so I was like, I'm not gonna get full. So yeah, we're on 20 minutes and I haven't even gotten to the juicy parts yet. Fuck, I just talked too much. Oh my god. Sorry, you're on. Yeah, do you need anything? No. Okay. So what was I saying? Oh god, I forget already. So anyways, paperwork. I didn't even meet Daniel until literally it was action. He just showed up on set. I didn't meet him backstage. He didn't like calm my nerves down. Not like that's his job, you know, he's the star of the show. But he has this vibe of him like that just makes you kind of relax. Like he didn't make me nervous until some of the questions started rolling. but just himself, he's kind of like very like whatever. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, man? Like, just very chill, you know? And that made me feel good. It wasn't, whereas, you know, I've had people in the past that I've like worked with, and just them make me feel a certain way, like their energy or the way they speak to me or the way they look at me or their voice, like I get the creeps. And then all of a sudden I'm on edge. I did an interview like 5-6 months ago, and the guy, I know it sounds awful, but he literally I saw him, I heard him, I felt his energy, and I'm like, you are a molester. I don't know, I just, there's something about him, I was just like, he probably like touches people without permission. Like there's something so creepy about you. And like if he was the one that was supposed to, you know, be on TV, it would just make me feel off. That's why it's so important for actors when they act with other actors for movies and stuff, they gotta feel comfortable. I remember Robin White, right? She was talking about Kevin Spacey. You guys know House of Cards. He got kicked off because he had some allegations that came up from a long time ago, and apparently it was, you know, relevant enough to start an investigation. And from that, they found that other people on House of Cards had been touched or felt. You guys know the story, right? So they immediately fired him, which was the right choice. Now, I do want to say, the Me Too movement a little bit bothers me a little bit, because say there wasn't anything that stemmed from it, like, okay, something from the past, oh, by the way, you're doing it now. Say there was like, you know, a drunken mistake, as he claims this was from 20 years ago or 15 years ago, and that's it. Like, I think you shouldn't, I don't think you should be fired for something you did 20 years ago when there's no proof, no evidence, no witnesses, and it's really just he said, she said. I think people's careers, because there's a lot of liars out there. We saw it already with, what's her name? I talked about this yesterday. Rose McGowan's friend, who was one of the first people to cry out from Harvey Weinstein, now has a person crying out about her, that she lied. So I guarantee if there's one person that got called for lying, there's many others that are lying. I just know. That's how people are. So you have to take everything with a grain of salt and really, anyways. There's my 2 cents on that. People have asked me in the comments, like, what do you think about Me Too movement? Me Too. And I think it's great with the regard of women being believed, with women being able to feel comfortable of coming forward if there's something's happening to them. But I think when you start digging up the past from 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, 20, there are people talking about stuff from 25 years ago, and there's really nothing but he said, she said. It just is really risky. That's my opinion. Because our memories blur so much based on our agenda. And it may not be plotted out like, I want to bring this person down. But if you just naturally dislike them, your memory is going to distort as year by year goes on. And by 15, 25 years, I mean, unless it's something traumatic, but a lot of these things are just like, he brushed my arm and I felt bad. It's like, what? I don't know. I think it's a little too much, but so, but again, it's different. Like PTSD, if you're being raped or something, then yes, you will have. That's traumatic. Like I can think of things that happened to me that were traumatic that I still remember details crystal clearly because it made me shook, hashtag shook. My emotions got riled up, and so I'm never gonna. It's imprinted. But whereas things more casually, like he gave me a kiss, or I was flirting and I didn't want to be flirted with. It's after 25 years, you do not know what was said. I feel. Anyways, so why am I even talking about this? I don't even know. Yeah, the guy who interviewed me, and I was like, you touch babies, I know it. So anyways, flash forward, I signed all the papers. They figured out my wardrobe. They did my makeup. The set was made. We're ready to go. So I go out, and they give me a few lines. They didn't tell me a script until I got there. I'm like, oh, I have to memorize lines. Luckily, they were really easy. Because I'm not an actor. I've never been to acting school. I've never been on TV. I'm like, shit. So it was just like a sentence. Like, I actually still remember it. He walks into the room, and he says, oh, wait, I don't think I'm supposed to repeat it, right? Yeah, you have to watch the show. What did I sign? Oh God, did I sign something not to talk about something? But I'm able to talk about my experience without giving away stuff, right? Trust me, I have nothing negative to say about the experience. It was awesome. Just because I said it's organized chaos does not mean I'm blasting them. I'm saying that it's exciting and normal, and it just made me go, wow. Okay. So I literally stand there, they marked me, and they tell me which camera is, oh fuck, and I was just worried about my double chin. I was like, maybe stick it out like this, because they had it on my side. My profile was bad. Like, it's whatever from the front, hey. But from the side, my chin goes in. My chin needs to come out to here, like I'm missing. It just stopped growing. So my profile is not that pretty on both sides. It's just, actually my ex, three exes ago, we were driving in the car, and he looked over, and I was just looking out the, the passenger seat, looking out the windshield window, and he looks over me, and he looks back, and he goes, girl, you got no chin. And I was like, what? And ever since then, I didn't even realize, and he pointed out a lot, and I got so self-conscious, and to this day, I think about my chin. Man, relationships can really scar you. Like, if you're in an abusive relationship, and he didn't abuse me. God, imagine if he did. I feel bad for people that are abusive. Like, you get trust issues, but whatever. Let's get back to the story. So they told me my lines, I met, and then he's like, hey, nice to see you. He's like, you dress casual, because I was in flip-flops. But I was thinking like, well, you dress casual too. You're in jeans and sneakers that have like graffiti painting on them. And then he turns to the camera, he's like, are our shoes even on camera? And they're like, yep. He's like, okay. It was so chill. And he was really funny, really funny. So, okay, so what are you like, Nick? What are you getting at? Okay, so the beginning part was easy. We introduced ourselves, and then we have to change into our stuff. We go sit down, and all of a sudden, like, he's just literally in underwear right in front of me, and I'm sitting down at the buffet table, and he just walks here, and here's his ding dong right here. I'm like, hi. It's just like spread open. He had opened his robe, and I'm like, wow. I was like, hi. So I was just like, I mean, even if I wasn't gay, even if I was straight, you'd kind of be like, man, put that shit away. If I was a girl, I'd also be like, put that shit away. I mean, or be like, nom 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 nom, time to mukbang on this. But it was just I guess shocking. You know, you guys know the show, right? If you know him, he's a little edgy, but he never, I mean, at least from what I've seen, doesn't really cross the line. He's a comedian. That's what great comedians do. They stay on the line without crossing the line. So he was stayed on the line, being in his underwear. Now, if he took his underwear off, then yes, he would have crossed the line. Maybe, I don't even know. It really depends on the person and the circumstances and the vibe. And since I was so freaking nervous, as you heard from my yesterday's story, barely sleeping, throwing up in the toilet, like I was just like, what's happening? What's happening? Like I couldn't believe what was happening. My mind was racing a mile a minute. Let's keep going, because my mouth is moving a mile a minute. Oh. Oh, here we go, here we go. Man, I go through napkins so fast. Am I blurry? I'm sorry. Okay, so here's when some awkward stuff happens. Oh shoot, I need to look over my papers to see if I'm allowed to say. I took photos of everything I signed. Shoot, I should have read it before starting this video. Well, it might actually show up on TV. So, okay. I'm pretty sure I can't like repeat or reenact stuff, but I can maybe talk about like general stuff. So I was just saying general. You guys know Daniel, he's very like, he walk in the line, that's his job as a comedian. So he'll ask inappropriate questions to like make it awkward, because then that's funny, everyone laughs. Or he wants to get a reaction out of me. So we're eating, right? And then he says something about masturbation. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't know what to say now. Oh, oops, okay. What do I say now? And then we're, I don't even know. It's like a blur. Like I was like a deer in headlights. I was like, and I think he did that on purpose, because just think about that. That's gonna be funny. It's so damn awkward. You're like, haha, what the fuck? And then you can't turn away, you know? So, and then we're eating some more, and then he says something, I can't repeat it because I don't know if I'm allowed, and I don't know if it's gonna make the cut. But then he said something about like circumcision and asking like questions about circumcision. And I'm just like, I'm literally eating sausage as he's like, so what do you think of like the penis? And I'm like, huh? It was really funny. I had no idea what to say. So I was just honest. I told him the truth. If that makes then great. 4 million people are gonna know about that. Okay. I mean, I don't really care. Luckily I'm not. I think they know that. They've watched not maybe him, but all the producers and writers. They knew a lot about me. They had been watching me for over almost a year. They started watching me. They watched me gain weight. They watched me go through deportation. They watched me. I sat down with the team of the writers, the directors, and they literally were talking to me about videos I had made months and a year ago. They knew a lot about me. So I think I'm only saying this because they knew I wouldn't be like blushing and like get all red, and like they knew I'd probably laugh or make a face or like not care that much, you know. They examine who they bring onto the show, because that's, you know, you don't want to make people feel too uncomfortable. He made me a little uncomfortable because that's what he's supposed to do, right? Because it was shocking. I had no idea. They didn't tell me any questions ahead of time. Any of those questions, whatever you see, I don't know how they're going to edit it, but I didn't. It was all on the spot. I had no idea what they were going to ask. No idea. And I don't think he knew either until the day he arrived. They literally had it like they were holding like boards and like moving them up and down like with the questions. And I was like, someone had to write that out. Okay. And then so then we're eating something else, and then he asked me about like, what do I think about a certain race of people? And I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna say to that. Like, yeah, they're great. Like, what? And then he asked me something else. What else? Circumcision, masturbation, race. Yes, something else is. I'm trying to think now. He asked me why I feed noodles. Oh, I can't repeat it, can I? I don't know. Okay, something about my bird and the diet I feed him. That was pretty funny. He's like, shame on you for feeding him junk. And those weren't his words, so I'm not repeating anything. And when it was over, I felt like I went through something traumatic. And not traumatic in the sense that I had a bad time, that I felt uncomfortable, that, you know, like I got harassed or no, everyone was so nice to me. I got treated really, really well. Traumatic that I just could not, the whole day I was in shock. I was like, what just happened? And it was like going on a roller coaster. You remember liking it and you remember feeling so many emotions at the same time, but you don't remember the specific curves and drops. It was just too fast, too much. And I literally walked off set and I was like, especially since the questions were so shocking, I was like, how did I react to that? I don't even know what I said. I don't know what I said. I don't know if I had a dumb face on my look, like, and I didn't want to force anything either, but I was also nervous. But also the food, I was on like a low carb diet for a few weeks beforehand, just to not look too puffy. I actually lost a good 10 pounds out of that. 10 to 15 pounds in addition to like 10 pounds of water. So I was pretty, you know, feeling good, right? And what they had me, well, they put the meat in front of him and they put all the carbs in front of me. So I had the pancakes and the French toast, and I couldn't like reach over. I mean, I could have, but I don't know. I was more inclined to eat what was in front of me. So I just ate all this French toast, and by the end of the thing, I was feeling really bad. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it just went by, and I walked off stage, and it was like, as soon as I finished, everyone started packing. Because they only have like time limits, and I think they rent out the space to other people, or they have another, or something. Or they just, or it's the same people, and they have other guests come on that they're filming for segments that are appearing later. Like, they're getting them all out of the way and blocking them in. Like, it was just lickety split real fast. And I remember I went back to the conference room, the same room that they put me in when I arrived, and I changed out of my whitey tighties and I put my regular clothes back on. And they come and take it and they say, goodbye, thanks for having us. I mean, thanks for coming out, we appreciate it. They shook my hand, and I was just like, wait, hold up, I gotta take a breather. Hold up, I need to sit down and can we just talk? Can we just like get to know each other? Can we be friends? Like, it was just like in and out. It was so fast, yet so slow too. I felt like I was there for a long time, yet it's like summer school. No, summer camp. It's so long but so fast, and at the same time it's a lot of emotions. You're meeting different people. Yeah. And they're like, where do you want us to, because they were able to drop me off somewhere, because my flight wasn't until later. And I was like, I don't even know. I just can't process anything right now. My belly is full of carbs. I feel like shit. And again, not because they did anything wrong, it's because I was on a carb-free diet. You know, when you eat something that you haven't eaten for a long time, you eat again, it's like a shock to your body. So I was like, what? I was smiling a lot, but a part of my brain was like, what is going on? Slow down, what? Like, I probably, besides on set, I probably said 5 words to Daniel. Like, we didn't even get a selfie. I recorded him a little bit that was going to be in this video or the other one. I'm gonna make like 3 videos talking about the experience to milk it. No, I'm joking. Well, actually, yes. And yeah, it was like I barely even got to talk to him, and I don't know, it was like so quick. It was so quick, really. And if any of you guys, I'm gonna publish these videos around well, no, I shouldn't do that, because I don't know when it's airing. They said it can be within 1 month or 6 months, anytime in between. What if they air it in 6 months? Now, I wish that was the rehearsal. So if I go back now, I don't think I would say anything much differently. I was 100% myself. I answered the questions as they naturally came to my mind. Again, I don't know how they're going to edit them. Sometimes I paused for a little bit, looked up into the air to think of, you know, think of what to say, you know, like I was myself. But the whole lights and rush of it and the speed, I wish it was the dress rehearsal. So now if I were to go back tomorrow, I would be way less nervous, still just as excited. And in my head, I feel like I would give better answers. There you go. I feel like I would have a better interview. I would be able to sell myself, right? Because I got to advertise the Nikocado Avocado channel. And I feel like I didn't even try. I didn't try to advertise myself or sell myself. I just answered the damn questions as they came. While being so nervous, my heart was like this the whole time for 3 hours. You know, and also that was my first major interview. Like I said, I've had interviews from the guy that I felt that was like a little child molester or something. That, you know, I'm talking about like lower things. I have like newspapers, I've done website stuff, I've had other YouTubers interview me, I've done collabs, I've done, you know, but never something like this, where it goes on a major cable network and I know there's at least 2 to 3 million people that are gonna watch it. So this was a first time for me, hopefully not the last. And so the first time is always like the scariest. It was like when I first, the more you do it, like think of Omarosa. She takes the interviewer, grabs him by the neck, whips him around, gives them an ass whooping, sits them down and says, "You want to ask that again?" And she doesn't even have to do a thing. She's so sharp. She's so prepared. She's so used to it. But she's had like years and years and years of practice. I'm just thinking of her because she was all over the news because she had top secret information on the Trump administration and she was trying to sell her book. So you don't really know what all the motives are, even though she can sell it so well. You still have to say, but you're Omarosa. You're still Omarosa. You sell it really, really good. But you're still Omarosa. Like you're sneaky. You're still sneaky. Everything's with a grain of salt. So, that's really it. I was gonna go see, she lives in, it was like an hour drive up over the mountains. She's still in LA, but like, LA's so spread out, you guys. So after it ended, I was so shook, and I called one of, I can't talk about her. That's a different project I'm working on. And she lives here. We've done lots of phone chats, video chats, emails and stuff. And I was like, I should meet you, right? We could work together in the future on something. She's represented me for something, and I was just like, I'm here. I don't know when I'm gonna be back here. Let's meet. But she's like, I can't really leave the office. You can swing by if you would like to. And I gave her a call because I have Wi-Fi. You guys don't know. Well, maybe you don't know. I don't have a cell number because I've lived in Colombia for so long, so I never paid for a cell plan or anything. Because why do I need that if I don't live here? Now that I'm out, I need to get one. But I'm waiting for the new iPhone to come out. I'm gonna get one, but I think I'm gonna get the new iPhone. Because where's my phone? This was actually, shout out to Thomas. Hey Thomas, thank you. I still have your phone. I use it every day and I think of you. He was one of my little sloths. He's a part of the fam here. He's a viewer, a subscriber. And I met him in Chicago. And he gave it to me for free as a gift, which was so cool because I was always complaining, not because I wanted you guys to buy a phone for me. I never, ever even imagined that. I didn't even have a P.O. box at the time, so that wasn't, I don't have one now either, so. But at that time, I was just like, my phone's so slow, because I used to like read your questions and like, load. And this camera battery turned off. You guys, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna go stretch out my legs. You guys, thank you so much for eating with me. I know I'm just blabbing now. I'm gonna have one last video where I talk about Tosh.0 and the whole experience. Part 1, I talk about leading up to it, all the crazy drama that happened beforehand. Part 2 was today. That's where I talked about onset and how fast it went. And really the takeaway is in and out real fast. And like, I was so nervous. And since it was a comedy show, it had some like questions that made me freeze, like a deer in headlights. And I just don't know what I said. I'm filming this now after like 2 days after I just got off set, right? So I want to make it now while it's still fresh in my mind. And part 3 will just be my final conclusions. Any other last thoughts I have about the experience? Oh yeah, I was talking about going to see my friend over the mountains, right? I'm so bad at stories right now. And yeah, I don't have a data plan, so it's hard to get Ubers. I have to find someplace that has Wi-Fi, but sometimes they make you walk a couple streets or a block over, and then they might move and they change locations and I can't contact them because I don't have data. I'm like, where are you? And then they go away and I get charged $5 for missing my ride. It's so obnoxious. And with traffic, and I was just so shooken, and I didn't even get, I need to go email her right now and be like, I'm sorry, I just disappeared. I didn't promise I was coming. I was like, I'll let you know either way, and I didn't. I was just like, I need food or something. I need to settle down. So I went to In-N-Out, and then the rest is history. So anyways, thank you so much for eating with me, my little sloths. By the way, if you found this video because you saw me on Tosh.0, hi. Hello, thank you for finding me. I mean, thanks for coming over after you watched me. I guess I wasn't that cringy, or maybe I was, or maybe you liked the cringe, or all of the above. They highlighted my breakdowns a lot. I don't know, again, what's gonna make the cut, but they were really interested in them. And I was just like, yeah, sometimes I get really upset and I just gotta let it out because I feel I hold myself accountable. I mean, it's different. When your job is over the internet and your job is to be like you, I am my business. My marketing is me, you know, my life. It's not like a product where, no, it's me. So I feel like it just ties hand in hand with what I do. So that's why, you know, I cry on camera. And sometimes it's really natural. Like I'm just having such a bad day and I just want to eat my feelings. So yeah, if you found me because you like to watch people cry, hi. It should be coming to theaters near you soon. Give me another week, a couple more mukbangs, and my hormones will be thrown out of whack and I'll be ready to cry. No, seriously, but hi. I hope you check out all my other videos. And anyways, I'm gonna stop blabbing. I hope you enjoyed the show. I will see you tomorrow for another mukbang. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.